Welcome to Las Vegas Real Estate Now, where we believe in the 3 E's: educate, empower, and engage. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld of the Brown Blankfeld Group, selling homes in Southern Nevada since 1988. We are very proud to be part of the Real Estate Radio Network. Like them, we are dedicated to delivering timely, balanced truths about local market conditions. We not only share our experience and knowledge, but that of our expert contributors. Joining our party today, we have Forrest Barbee, the broker at Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices, Nevada Properties, and he was our Realtor of the Year in 2010. Forrest, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
You have access to our legislators, to the political process. We were talking with John about these HOA lien foreclosures, and I know stuff's happening up there about this. Tell us what's going on.
There's uncertainty. That's the fundamental problem right now. There's litigation, federal level. Could the U.S. Supreme Court get involved? Should they have been relegated to only doing judicial foreclosures? And then maybe we relook at this whole notion of right of redemption. Right of redemption is once they sell it in a judicial foreclosure in Nevada, then they would have to hold on to the property for 1 year before it could be sold. So perhaps we should have waived that.
For our listeners, what do you mean non-judicial foreclosure versus judicial foreclosure?
Sure, the non-judicial foreclosure doesn't require the courts to get involved, and that process could actually be completed in 121 days or less. Now, the fact that banks are taking 7 years instead of 121 days begs a whole nother question as to whether or not we need some revisions to NRS 107 that govern the non-judicial foreclosure process.
There are situations where you have to do a judicial foreclosure, is that correct?
There are, not many in the state. Bigger issue here is with Fannie and Freddie. Fannie Mae is a big component of our lending in this market.
Yep.
Fannie Mae is very concerned about the fact that we are extinguishing first liens on these types of foreclosures, and they might have to reconsider their willingness to come in and buy up notes on the secondary market.
Forrest just dropped a little bit of a bomb right there. That was very big deal, guys. What's the solution for them?
Well, they may have to back off on this. And there's some other bills out there that would remove the HOA's ability to even file a foreclosure on a lien.
But there's got to be some kind of changes implemented that's going to make the banks happy, and or Fannie Mae, and still be fair to the consumers.
Or look at judicial foreclosure, where we know that everybody has an opportunity to advocate and protect themselves.
There has been certainly examples where a bank initiates a foreclosure of their deed of trust only to discover that the HOA had already conducted their own foreclosure. I still see that happening today.
And I know you want to talk a little bit about the taxes. What's been happening with taxes?
Before the session started this year, we had already defeated a margins tax initiative, question 3. Well, that was the good news.
Right.
But then the bad news, question 2, which had the potential to bring some revenue from the mining interest, failed. The governor has a plan, his Bill 252. If that were to pass as written, the typical realtor who's now paying $200 a year for the business license fee, at a minimum would pay $400 a year.
We were renewing every 2 years prior, then they changed to every 4 years, and you have to do a midterm education requirement. And I understand that may not continue. Is that right?
It may not. We may finally get some sanity back into this ball game. We're back at the table asking to be taken back to 2 years. 1, because it hasn't worked, and 2, because it's had an adverse budget impact. They're not supporting the fee increases, though, that the administrator is asking for. And I do challenge them to rethink that, because a lot of people don't realize that the real estate division has survived off of funding from the National Mortgage Settlement Agreement these past several years. If that money goes away and there is not adequate funding, they will have to cut their staff by 25% immediately.
If a bad realtor's out there, I want them not to be out there.
Correct, because those of us who have been doing it right for years only want good realtors taking care of the consumer.
I need to know, why do real estate agents take overpriced listings?
They need better training and having better, more honest conversations, I think, with
Forrest,
sellers.
oh, come on, just try it. I really need to get this much. Will you take this listing? Come on.
I get it. Unfortunately, your wants aren't my needs.
We want to get our clients the highest number we can get, and we might hang our hat on that one high sale that is the anomaly in the neighborhood to try to get it for a house that is not equal.
Thank goodness the appraisals have been sort of a check and balance for us with these inflated prices. If 10 years ago, these would have resulted in sales which would have created a bubble.
Shelley, how do you feel about paying a little more for your renewal?
I am very happy to pay more for my renewal.
There you go.
I believe that people got to step up and pay for things.
That's
we
right.
want everything, but we don't want to pay for it. Come on.
One of the issues that we've been able to make a tremendous impact on were audits of trust accounts. That money belongs to somebody else, so we'll separate that into another bank account and just call it a trust account.
Okay, and so people have actually stolen money like that.
The bad economy brings out the worst in some people.
Gotta have regulation on this stuff, folks.
Forrest, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Trace, thanks for coming back. John, appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. I enjoy coming here.
Thanks for listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Please tune in every week and help us heal the Southern Nevada market one home at a time.